What's going on, Pentaholics? Today we are diving into a very interesting collaboration I did not ever expect to see from our Pentatonics group here. They have brought to life, in a different manner than you might think, Frank Sinatra to be able to do this song, I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. And I mean, honestly, Frank Sinatra, my gosh, what a legendary human being in the music industry. And of course, rest in peace, his soul rest forever. But I'm very excited, honestly, to see how the Pentatonics vocals mix with his very sulky, very incredible vocal that he brought when he was alive and with us. So this is going to be really fun. I'm excited to see what they did for this, and I don't want to do more time, and let's dive into this. So here we go. Oh, yeah.
Snow is snowing,
Oh,
wind is blowing. I can weather the storm.
every time you hear Frank's voice, it's just like it takes you back to a time period where they're just everything was so just simplistic in the music world. I feel like, music was just it was like that was the era of music where everything was so, like, I guess the way to word it would be like authentic. It was, instruments were used. Everything was, recorded in the old timey studios or whatnot, where, like, it's almost like, the sound didn't matter. What mattered was the singer and the music itself. Nowadays it's like there's so much, like, with AI and, like, people using, like, electronic instrumentation and whatnot. And, like, I mean, I'm not trying to say that as a bad thing, because I mean that's what I do as an EDM producer. Obviously, that's where I make my music. But there's so many different genres out there that rely so heavily on using fake instrumentation, when it's like, just, it's like, use the real thing. If you want to put a drum set in there, use a real drum set. If you want a guitar, use a real guitar. Like, I feel like those days have been lost, and, like, that time period we had when, like, Frank Sinatra was around was just like music was at its top tier, I feel like. And every time I hear his voice, it's just so magical, I feel like. Let's keep going.
I can weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm?
The cartoon Frank. Oh my gosh, they're all cartoons.
Got
I love
my
it.
love to keep me warm.
Got my love to keep me warm. I can't remember the worst December.
Wow.
Just watch those icicles fall.
What
Woo.
do I care? Icicles form. Got my love to keep me warm.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if that's all Kirsty, or if that's a little bit of Mitch mixed in there too. But those high vocals that you get from Kirsty and maybe Mitch, mix so beautifully with Frank's sound. And I kind of love that they actually kept that very old timey sound of, like, what Frank would have done back in the day, and even add that effect to their own vocals too. So it's like they added that. It's almost like their mixing and mastering, like, engineer mixed it in a way that it would have been done in that time period that Frank was around, and really made sure that it wasn't like this weird mix of, like, the old timey sound of Frank Sinatra mixed in with more modern sound of Pentatonics. And they did this so beautifully, and my goodness, like, they sound incredible together. Like, I mean, I'll take a whole album of Frank with Pentatonics vocals all day, every day. Like, this is amazing. Holy crap, I'm having a great time. I really, honestly, this is the first. I'm feeling the Christmas spirit the most of this one so far. Like, the other songs I've ran to have been amazing, but, like, this almost feels like how I actually may say. I'll say it this way: the stuff I've listened to from Pentatonix so far has made me feel like, it takes me back to the time of like Christmas as like an adult basically for me. But this makes me go back to like the time of being a kid, and whatnot, when I was like watching Charlie Brown Christmas or watching the OG, a very original Grinch before even the one that came out with Jim Carrey came out, and like watching all the different cartoons that made their little Christmas specials and whatnot. This song makes me feel like, my childhood Christmas, whereas the other stuff I react to from them has been like adult, adult Christmas in a way, and I think that just kind of comes down to like the sound more than anything. Like the sound of Frank Sinatra back in the day takes me back to the 90s and 2000s, whereas what Pentatonix is doing, which sounded a little bit more modern, is like, me being an adult, from like the 2010s to now, so yeah. Oh, this is fun. I like this a lot. This is great.
Off with my overcoat.
This cartoon is so, like, or I guess animation is adorable.
Who needs an overcoat? I'm burning with love. My heart's on fire. Flame grows higher.
Oh my gosh, so gingerbread men and women. Oh my, or I guess woman. Oh my gosh, that was adorable. I didn't expect that. Wait. Oh my god, it's so cute. I love it.
I will weather the storm.
I wish I could snap. I can't snap.
I care how much it may storm.
Woo!
Got my love to keep me warm.
Alright, now they're nutcrackers.
Heart's on fire. And fire gets higher. I will weather the storm.
This is so fun. Oh my god.
Do I care how much it may storm? I got my love to keep me
Heck yes, that's what I'm talking about. Woohoo! Oh man, that was great. I want to see, like, it said, it doesn't really say, oh, here we go. Miro Studio, it looks like, did the animation. Okay, so shout out to Miro Studio for putting this together for them, because that was so fun. I mean, honestly, not only the animation was like so authentic, and you could tell that it was not like AI driven at all. So shout out to them for not using AI for one thing and making a real authentic animation. But it was so adorable, and seeing like little animated like Frank Sinatra brought back to life, and they absolutely nailed like the type of outfit he would have worn back in the day too. I mean, not hard to do that, but still, like, it's the little things that matter, to really send full circle. And I love the whole Pentatonix crew as gingerbread men and like and women, and I love them being the nutcrackers and whatnot. I think they maybe were like ornaments at one point. I mean, they knocked us out of the park. Major shout out to that animation studio, because they killed it. And again, I love how they really gave a proper, what's the word I want, a proper homage to the late Frank Sinatra, and really let it be like, it was not like they were like trying to almost like steal a song in a way, and not that they would probably even want to try to do that in the first place, but I'm just saying, like, it wasn't like them covering the whole entire song with the bits and pieces of Frank in there. They literally let it be Frank Sinatra's song, and then they added in their almost like harmonizations and their like backup vocals to almost enhance the song and whatnot, and give it like a nice little, like, almost like Frank had like a bit of like a like bunch of backup singers for like the original, which I love. That was, I couldn't think of them doing this song in a more perfect way, in my opinion. They knocked it out of the park. The animation was amazing. Their vocals really just matched so well with Frank's also. I mean, I couldn't think of a better way for them to do this, and they crushed it. And let's be honest, it's Pentatonix. Like, we knew we were gonna kill it, but to do it at this level, man, that was great. Like I said, this honestly took me way back to my childhood of like being excited for me to wake up every morning at 7 a.m., which my God, I hate doing now. But waking up at 7 a.m. to go down to see what kind of toys I got for Christmas. You know, my gosh, back in the day when, you know, I used to love playing Legos and Power Rangers. You know, I mean, man, like back when I miss that time period in my life. I hate being an adult. It sucks. I wish I could go back in time and whatnot and just like, or like I wish I could go back. I wish I could just like watch, like give me like a DVD or something like that or whatnot, and let me pop that in and let me just like rewatch my childhood again. Let me see and almost like relive like that fun, you know, carefree era of my life just through watching me have fun, you know. That would at least help a lot. But anyway, sorry, I'm blabbering too much. All I know is this was incredible. This is even more enhanced my love for Christmas and my, you know, looking forward to it. And, yeah. Good stuff. Anyways, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel by clicking down below, and I'll go ahead and place my reactions playlist for Pentatonix over here, and you can check out my most recent reaction if you haven't already over here. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Let's try again. Thank you all so much for watching and showing me the support. Now, see you all in the next video. Alright, guys. Bye.